Hello there, good afternoon or morning or evening or whenever it is you're watching this, it doesn't really matter. My name is Alex and I'm here from Non-Stop Kids Entertainment to try and do some really cool science experiments and explain how and why they work. Now the reason I'm doing this is because not only am I a kids entertainer, I'm also massively into science and technology, to the point where I'm actually doing a degree in engineering as well. So I thought what I would do is I would show you some cool experiments that I remember doing when I was a kid and that I found from around the web that you can do with stuff that you've got around your house. Also, if you've got any questions or if you've got any comments that you want answering to do with science, please post them in the comments below or send them into the office. I'll try and keep on track of them, and if we can, we'll answer some of them in the next video. But before we get on with that, as we're in the kitchen, I thought I'd show you a few things that you can do that are really cool in the kitchen. So we're going to start off by making a tornado in a bottle. Now to do this, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need 2 empty bottles, and we're also going to need something to join the bottles together. Weird, cool, fancy contraption here. And what this does, it screws each side onto a bottle and it attaches the 2 bottles together. Now, if you're not lucky enough to have one of those, because I do, what you can do is you can get 2 lids and you can tape them back to back like this. And if you put a hot screwdriver, or if you get a parent to put like a hot screwdriver or a hot knife or something through there, it will put a hole through the middle of these, and if you tape them together really well, you'll be able to do this just fine. In fact, actually, if you've got like a rubber washer, if you can put one of those in the middle of there as well, that will make it even better and even easier to do. Or you could even just get like a tube and tape the 2 together like this. As long as they're taped together and there's no air coming in and out, you should be fine. Now, to make a tornado in a bottle, we're going to do like an experiment and see why the tornado in a bottle works. So to do this, we need to get some water. We're going to fill the bottle up to be about 3/4 of the way full, about here. So we're going to do this, and while we do this, we're going to put some food colouring in there as well, so you can really see it. Now I've got some blue food colouring over here. We're going to stick a little bit of blue food colouring in here, and this is just so that you can really easily see the water. There we go. Ooh, almost put a bit too much, just put a bit more food colouring in so you can really see it. There we go. Right. So we have some nice dark blue water that has got some food colouring. We've got that. There we go. Some nice dark blue food coloured water in there. I'm just going to give this a shake to mix the water colour in. Right, and now here's the important bit, the way you attach it. You keep the one that's full at the bottom, and then you screw your connector onto that, and then you put the empty bottle on top. If you try and turn it upside down, it's not going to work particularly well for you, because you're going to end up with all the water pouring out, and you don't want that, let's be perfectly honest. So here's the experiment time. What we're going to try and do is turn it the other way around, and we're going to see how fast it pours out with and without doing the tornado. I'm going to explain hopefully why this works. So we have here nice little bottles. We have this here. In fact, what I'm going to probably do is aim the camera a little bit higher. Maybe go a bit further back. There we go. Put it over here, you'll see it. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it upside down, and if you look at the top one, you'll see the water start pouring out like this. Now, as you can see, it is pouring out, but it's pouring out really slowly, and it's very top heavy as well. I don't know if you can see this actually, but there's that little bubbles going up here like this, and the reason for that is because this bottom bottle is not actually empty, it's full of air. Now, air, it's a gas, so you can't usually see it or smell it or feel it, but it is there, and it's in here. And for this water, when this water goes in, it tries to push the air out, and that air is trying to stop this water getting in. So what happens is the air goes through the water and goes to the top of the thing over here, and at the moment it's sort of, they're all getting in each other's way. The water is stopping the air getting out, and the air is stopping the water getting in. And that's why you're getting all of these bubbles, and it's just coming through in drips and drabs. But if you shake it in a circle like this, what you can do is you can get like a mini tornado here. Can you see that? If I hold it up there, you can hopefully see like the mini tornado there. And what's happening now is instead of the water stopping the air and the air stopping the water, the air is coming up through the middle and the water is going down around the sides, and it's sort of going up and down at the same time. So whereas before, if you turn it upside down, and before, what you had is the air would have to go around the water and the air and the water and the air and the water. If you spin it like this, if you can do it, there we go. What you do is you have the air and the water going up and down at the same time, and that's exactly how a tornado works. What a tornado does is it has hot air on the bottom and cold air on the top, and they don't like being like that. So what the hot air does is it goes up and the cold air comes down, and this is the most efficient way of doing it. This is the best way to get hot air from the bottom to go up to the top. And we'll do it again like this. We turn it one more time like this, we turn it like this, and spin like this. There we go, you can see hopefully that works. Now this is also the same as when the plug hole drains as well, and whirlpools and things like that. This is exactly the same thing, just inside a bottle. And quite frankly, I could do this for the rest of the video, but I don't think you'd appreciate watching that, to be perfectly honest. So, we're going to move on to the next thing we can do with some water and some bottles. We're also going to need one more thing with this. We're going to need some oil as well. So, put that over to the side, because now we have something else. What we're going to do is just going to take the label off the bottle so that you can see what's going on the inside of it. We don't get any copyright. So we have a bottle, and we've got about a quarter of it filled with water. In fact, there we go, got about a quarter of it filled with water. And what we're going to do, we're going to take some oil, this is vegetable oil, and we're going to pour it inside the cup, inside the bottle even, until it is pretty much full. Almost there. Right, okay, now. There we go. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to let that set a little bit, because as you can see, there's sort of little water bubbles and stuff in there. And the reason, actually you can see the oil is sitting on top of the water. And the reason for that is because the oil actually weighs less than what the water weighs. The oil is actually a lot lighter than the water. But while we're waiting for that to just settle a little bit, what I'm going to do quickly is show you something really, really cool. Because in a minute, we're going to use something called Alka-Seltzer. Now your parents will probably have some of this. You can also use things like Barocca and any other sort of fizzing tablet, okay? You just want something that lets out some gas when you put it in water. Now we've got some Alka-Seltzer, because this just gives out loads and loads and loads of it, but you don't need to use this. And kids, if you are going to use this, make sure you've got a parent using it with you, okay? Make sure you don't just go and take this, make sure you've got a parent around when you do use this. Because what you can do with Alka-Seltzer is you can get a bag like this. You can actually put some water inside this bag. I'm going to do this in the sink because otherwise it will make a mess everywhere. There we go. What we can do, we can take a bag and we can put a little bit of water in there, like this. So some water in the bottom of the bag. And then what we can do is we can take one of these Alka-Seltzers and we can put it inside the bag like this. And what we're going to do, we're going to tie the bag in a knot like this, so that none of the air and none of the gas can get out. If we give it a bit of a shake, there we go, you can see it dissolving in here like this. And what's hopefully going to happen is that's going to start filling with air. Let's give this a bit of a hand, there we go. You can see that's starting to fill up a little bit. Ooh. Nope. Right, maybe we need a bit more. Sometimes this happens in science, it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to. What we're going to do, we're going to open it up a little bit. I'm going to use some scissors because I can't undo it. There we go, we're going to take a few out. Where are they? This time we're going to take 3 of them, and I can do this because I'm an adult. We're going to put them inside this bag, and we're going to seal it up again. So we're going to take the alcohol and put it inside the bag. Oops. There we go. I'm going to tie it in another knot. This time, so that there we go. There's no way for that gas to escape. And what you'll hopefully see, there we go, it's starting to inflate and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually what's going to happen is the pressure inside there is going to build up to the point where it's going to happen in a minute. There we go, the bag pops and squirts out like that. Now what you can do with that is if you get something like, if you ask your parents if they've got any old film canisters, or if you've got any bottles that have corks on them, what you can do is you can put Alka-Seltzers in there with some water, and you can put the lids on and they can explode and they can make sort of rockets and like sort of cork launchers and things like that. Anyway, back to this. We've now got our oil on the top and our water on the bottom, and they're sort of separated like that, which is really, really cool. And the reason that happens, as I said, is because the oil is lighter than the water. Now I've got some more food colouring here. This is red food colouring. I'm going to put the red food colouring in here. Now what you can see, I don't know if you saw that, the red food colouring, it's sort of like dropping down like this. It's sort of got coated a little bit in oil as it goes down there like that. Now that's sort of cool in itself. In fact, I'll show you again. Hopefully we'll do that on camera. We'll do a little bit more. Watch this. It goes in and it sort of becomes like a drop. Oh, and then it pops like that. Now that's sort of got coated in oil because the food colouring is less dense than the water. The food colouring weighs more than the water and less than the oil. So that's why that goes in there. And if you want to just speed up a little bit, you can tap it and give it a bit of a shake and you'll see a little bit of red going in there. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take one of our Alka-Seltzers, one of our fizzing tablets, the rockers, whatever it is you've got. We're going to take it and I'm going to crumble it up a little bit, like so. Oops, there we go. We're going to take it, we're going to put it inside like this, put the lid on, and you can see that it's starting to bubble like this. And that is now forcing, there we go, you can see it bubbling up through there like that. And the reason for that is the gas is going up through the water and it's taking some of the water up with it. And then it's falling back down because the water's heavier and it's going up like that. And that is how you make a really cool Alka-Seltzer lava lamp. So guys, I think I'm going to leave it there for the video today. That is how to make an Alka-Seltzer lava lamp like this using some oil and some water. We've made a really, really cool water tornado thing here with this, and you can turn it upside down and spin it like that. There we go, spin it. We have our really, really cool water tornado. We have our even cooler lava lamp, and we also learned how to make a bag burst, or how to make an Alka-Seltzer rocket, they used to call it. If you ask your parents to get one of the old camera film canisters, put some water in there, put an Alka-Seltzer in there, and it will shoot up. Make sure if you do that, you do it outside though, and make sure you don't look over it like that. Stand well back when you do it because it does go up really, really quickly. Right, guys, I have been Alex Foden from Non-Stop Kids Entertainment. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you've got any questions, comments, if you want anything explaining, if your kids or if you've got homework that you don't understand and you want some help with it, if you put it in the comments or email it into the office, we'll try and help a few of you with homework or a few questions. Other than that, if you join me next week I will have some more really cool science experiments that you can do at home. At some point we're going to go around seeing if we can work out what's acid and what is not. We're going to go and make a microscope as well, which I'm really looking forward to doing. We've got a few more cool things lined up for you. If you do stay on the Facebook page, there's going to be loads and loads of things that we're posting. We're posting stories, we're posting dances. I'm going to be doing some magic, other people are going to be doing some magic. I'm also going to be doing some really cool fun maths things as well a bit later on in the week, so please do stay tuned, keep watching, and please do try and fight boredom. Please do try some of these experiments. This is one of the things that you can try at home. Please do get your parents to help you do it with all the chart bits and everything like that. And remember, it is science, so you do need to write down what you find out as well. Thank you very, very much for watching. I've been Alex Foden.